Daddy and I are here in Canyonville, Oregon. Plugged in at the park. And we're waiting here another night, another day and another night, because tomorrow morning is their farmers market, Canyonville, Oregon farmers market. And I YouTubed it, and it looked to be decent size for this small size town. And so I'm gonna bring Dottie there to help bolster the farmers market like environment and stoke out some kids, hopefully into coming in consecutive weeks and supporting those farmers markets. And also I was contacted by somebody who I met in 2 towns past, and they're super awesome, and they have goats, and we're gonna meet up at the farmers market and talk about some things. And I think today I'm gonna stop by Subway again, because the lady that made me a sandwich yesterday was really awesome, and she came out and was talking with me for a while, and she owns dairy sheep, and dairy goats, and she used to travel by backpack. She has like dreads, and her and her boyfriend live a couple towns away right now, but they still have dairy sheep, or they have dairy sheep and dairy goats now. They weren't traveling with them then, but they have a unique perspective because they're one of the few people that are willing to talk to me, first of all, have goat and sheep talk, who have had the experience of both goat and sheep, which is much more educational for me than people talking to people who just own one or the other. The other thing is that we have a lot more to talk about. Hopefully, is we can talk about is her experiences with traveling and what she thinks. Like, for instance, I've never traveled with with one goat that was skittish. I've traveled with one goat that I bottle raised, and I know how that goes. They basically have so much confidence, and especially when you socialize them with other people, that they don't stay with you like a dairy sheep does. But I wanted to ask her perspective and foresight into what she thought getting a super skittish little dairy goat, dwarf Nigerian, that would once won over and once you earned its trust, would stay with you more like a sheep, is my theory. Because I've bought individual skittish goats from other flocks and brought them into my flock, which is similar to that situation, because they don't have anyone that they're previously friends with, so they're like an oddball. They feel a little bit more lonely and have a little bit less social support to flee you or to leave you. They have less incentive to leave you when they don't have anyone familiar with them. So I've had individual dwarf Nigerian skittish goats enter my flock, and once I started to earn their trust, I could see how it would be possible to travel with just one and do what I do with these larger dairy sheep, only with a smaller dairy goat. So yeah, that's what I'm wanting to try next. That's what I'm looking for right now, is a dwarf Nigerian goat on Craigslist. And because Dottie is, sheep lactations aren't as long, and Dottie honestly was malnourished, and she came from an abusive home, and she is stunted. Her growth is stunted, and that's initially what I was, why I bought her, is because she's a smaller dairy sheep. But then I found the original owners through Facebook, and it turns out that that Dottie is supposed to be a regular sized dairy sheep, but she was in an abusive situation, and her growth was stunted. So yep.
Is that your goat?
Yeah.
Can I pet it?
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking.
I thought I was seeing stuff. Just a goat.
It's so awkward when people like just don't ask. Her name's Dottie. Dottie! 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 Good girl. Good girl. She's not gonna eat that. She's like, that's freaking old. That's not even fresh, man. Right? Gotta use your teeth straight. Come back in the shade. It'll cool you off, man. Or you'll stay cooler. And you won't be wide out in the open. Eh. Oh, that's a good one, though. Get it. Get that plant in. Okay. I need a sprinkler with some water again. Good girl. There you go. Yeah, stay cooler.
Do you mind if I get a picture for good?
Oh, no, definitely, yeah.
Okay.
Get a selfie or something?
Selfie?
Good girl, Daddy. She's pretty photogenic. Hi. Jurassic Park. Yeah, farm park, man. They should have more farm animals here, man.
Yeah, my name's Will. How are you doing, man?
Hey, bro. Good.
Good.
Aaron, sorry.
Nice to meet you, Aaron.
That's Daddy. Good girl. Yeah, it was it's sprinkling for way too long yesterday.
With the rain?
No, their sprinkler systems were like over sprinkling.
Oh, too much water.
And it makes the roots like it makes it pull up like super easy afterwards. But it's had the evening to dry, I guess, so it's not pulling up now. It's kind of, see how it's like pulling up.
He don't look like he's having an issue.
Yeah.
I had a goat named Billy and Hillary.
Billy?
And Hillary.
She.
I had one named Billy and the other one's named Hillary. They couldn't quite catch their own dumpings like that, though.
Yeah. Good girl, Daddy. See, this is the result of overwatering so that it makes weak roots, weak grass roots, and it rips out.
They don't starve,
So we'll have to move along in a second. If we're gonna overgraze this, we don't want to make too many of those, leave too much evidence and piss anyone off. Good girl, Daddy. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's nice, bro. Take care, bro.
Yeah, see it. Another dog. He's bigger. Yeah, so we're gonna stay in this town for another day and another night. And talk. See if we can't talk to. What was her name at Subway? Sydney, and then Liam from Glendale is gonna come up to the farmers market and meet me. And Liam's awesome. Him and his family have little goats. So let's see what's up. Yeah.